Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Winter's Tale and we get to hear from Paulina today in Act 2, Scene 2. Paulina is one of the all-time great Shakespearean female characters. I love her so much. I haven't had an opportunity to play her yet, except for in one scene in a class, and she's just awesome. She is on my list of characters that I need to play before I die, and yeah, oh, she's great. But anyway, we get to hear from her today, which is fun. She is Antigonus' wife, and Antigonus is a lord to Leontes, so he's also from Sicilia, and he's been hanging out in the court there for quite some time. So we get the idea that, and Antigonus is like an advisor to Leontes, so Hermione and Paulina know each other because they're all like running in the same circles, and they've probably done lots of state dinners together and all of these sorts of things. So Act 2, Scene 2 starts out in the prison, because if you remember, a pregnant Hermione was thrown in jail for not doing anything, but Leontes thinks that she slept with Polixenes and that the baby that she's carrying is Polixenes's, and that she helped Camillo arrange for all of them to escape Sicilia and get back to Bohemia, which she did none of that, and she has denied all of that. But Leontes is so sure that all of this is true that he put her in prison for now, took her child Mamilius away from her, and then also sent to the oracle at Delphi to ask the god Apollo if she's actually guilty or not. And he has said that whatever answer comes back from the oracle, he will honor that answer. So in the meantime, Paulina has gone to the jail because she wants to check on Hermione. Like, this is her friend, her pregnant friend, her very pregnant friend, who has been thrown in jail and accused of these horrible things and humiliated in public by her husband. So she goes to the jail and she's like, I'm just here to see the queen. And the jailer says, I'm actually not allowed to let anybody see the queen. And Paulina's like, okay, well, I know she's got like waiting women in there with her. Can you get one of them and have one of them come out here and talk to me? So the jailer goes and gets Emilia, brings her out, and Paulina's like, how is she doing? And Emilia says, she's doing as well as she can, but like the stress of this whole thing, she gave birth earlier than expected. So the baby has been born, and it's a little girl, and mom and baby are apparently doing okay, even though Hermione, had a stress labor, because that's loads of fun. And Paulina's reaction to hearing this news that Hermione went into premature labor and gave birth to a healthy baby girl is, I dare be sworn, these dangerous, unsafe loons in the king, beshrew them. He must be told on it, and he shall. The office becomes a woman best. I'll take it upon me. If I prove honey-mouthed, let my tongue blister, and never to my red-looked anger be the trumpet any more. Pray you, Emilia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dares trust me with her little babe, I'll show it to the king and undertake to be her advocate in the loudest. We do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child. The silence often of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails. So we know instantly what side Paulina is on, just in case there was any doubt about that. She is so angry with Leontes for doing this because Hermione, the queen who did nothing wrong, should not have had to give birth in prison by herself, basically. So she's like, okay, somebody needs to talk to Leontes. She's like, I'm going to do it. And go and ask the queen if she trusts me to take the baby. I will take the baby and show the baby to Leontes. Because there's that whole thing, you hear about somebody that's pregnant, or I don't know, maybe you're a parent or a sibling, something like that, of somebody who's gotten pregnant who maybe it wasn't under the best circumstances that they became pregnant. But then as soon as the baby's born, everybody is so in love with it, and it really doesn't matter how the baby came into being. It's just this beautiful, joyful miracle that the baby exists. So that's sort of what Paulina is hoping will happen here. She's hoping that if she takes Leontes' baby to him and shows it to him, and he can see that it looks like him, doesn't look like Polixenes, that, he'll just get wrapped up in the joy and the miracle of being a father again, and he'll let some of this stuff go. So Amelia is like, I know that the queen trusts you. Give me just a minute. I'm going to go and talk to her and see if she's okay with this, if she's okay with having you take the baby to go talk to Leontes. So Amelia goes to do that, and the jailer is like, quick question though. Mom and baby are in prison. I don't know if baby is allowed out of prison. And Paulina is like, the baby was imprisoned in her mother's womb, and by the mere act of giving birth, the baby has been freed from prison. So if anybody's going to give you a hard time about taking a baby out of a jail cell to go see her father, they can come and talk to me, and we'll have some words. And the jailer's like, okay, yeah, I get that. That's fine. And that's Act 2, Scene 2. So we have a plan, which is good. We have a plan to try to get Leontes to calm down a little smidge. And that plan involves a premature baby girl who was born in prison. So we'll see if this tiny, beautiful miracle baby can change her daddy's mind and get her mommy out of jail. And or we'll see what the oracle says, because that's still coming too. So anyway, come on back tomorrow for more. I'll see you then. Mwah.